This afternoon in studio, we have Caroline and Nicole in from the Menzies Medical Center. First of all, welcome. Let's just have you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Caroline Bitton. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been working for Southern Health for many years now, since 2009. I've been at Menzies since 2017.
Thanks for having us. I'm Nicole Walske. I'm the Executive Director at Menzies Medical Center, and I try to support the many initiatives that the providers have to bring to the public.
So today specifically, you ladies are in to talk about PAP Day coming up later on in April. And Caroline, what is PAP Day?
PAP Day is basically we recognize that there was a need with losing some primary care providers in our region. There's less providers to provide this service, and so we were getting a lot of calls at the clinic asking for this type of service. So we just thought, why don't we make it a day so we can capture a lot of people that may be waiting or maybe not knowing that this is something that should be done. And so we decided to put this together.
So when is this happening?
It's happening on April 26th. And I believe the next day as well for a certain provider. And it's from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we have some hours in the evening that can accommodate some people that may be working during the day.
Absolutely. What does a PAP test tell a patient once they've gotten it done?
Basically, a PAP test is to screen for cervical cancer. And so that's why we have it done. Typically, it's done every 3 years. If you've had it done before, you'll typically get a letter in the mail to let you know if you're late getting it done. We do it every 3 years because they saw the benefit of doing it more often isn't there. And basically, it caused a little bit more anxiety and unnecessary tests doing it more often. So that's why they came back to the number of having it done every 3 years.
After someone's PAP test is completed, how long will it take for them to get their results back?
You can expect 2 to 4 weeks for results to come back. Typically what I do, and I'm not sure if the other providers do this as well, is if a result comes back and it's normal, and I will tell this to the patient when they're in my clinic room, if it's normal, they won't hear from me, and they should expect to follow up with another PAP in 3 years again. If it's not normal, the result, then they will be called back, and we will have like a plan as to what follows up after that, depending on what the result is.
Okay, so no news is good news.
That's right.
Perfect.
And if they really want to know, they can always call the clinic and talk to the nurses.
In what ways are you making this event or this day more accessible to people?
Well, we're having 5 providers provide PAPs for those days. These providers are female providers, and which can sometimes be a reason why people don't seek this test to have done.
What can a patient do beforehand or maybe during to make themselves more comfortable? Is there any suggestions or tips that you guys have?
Not necessarily. There's nothing that needs to be done before a PAP test. Typically, we don't do it during the menstrual cycle, but otherwise there's not anything that's needed to be done.
Just come as you are.
That's right.
Are there still appointments on the 26th that people can book?
Yes, we still have some appointments available on April 26th and the added 27th day. So of those 5 providers, there are still spots available, and we encourage people to call the clinic at 204-822-4474 and just identify that you are due for a PAP test, and we're happy to book you in with a female provider, and time will be allotted. We expect the appointment to take 10 to 15 minutes, so be patient with us as we're going to try and see lots of patients during these extended hours, but we look forward to doing that. The PAP Day initiative is set for the 26th and 27th at this time, and then we'll have to evaluate the future need of whether we're going to do this event again. Unfortunately, with the loss of primary care providers, patients can only schedule an appointment typically with their family practitioner. So if you don't have a primary care provider, that's where this gap in care has come from. So until we can organize, a follow-up PAP Day, that might be the next available opportunity.
Is there anything else that you guys wanted to let people know about PAP Day?
Yeah, if anyone has any further questions in regards to PAP Day or what that means, should they have one, Cervix Check has a great website, which is part of Cancer Care's information, and it will lead you to the information of what is a PAP and some question and answers on there. So we could encourage you to check that out if you have any questions. Otherwise, our providers are happy to answer those questions when you come for your appointment.